For me, creativity.
Good morning, everyone. I guess some people probably good afternoon. How is everyone today? Hopefully, y'all having a good day. Well, I'll let you be the judge of that, Geroid. I'm fantastic. I am fantastic. Slightly early by 1 minute. Better early than late, right? So, hey, Derek, Homeless Dude, Ram, Roger the Enigma, Rick, Scott Go Blue, Brett Reed, Black, Two Live, Darren, Howie, Dirty Birds, Mr. Hudsy Bear, Dizzy, Cup, Zach, Vic, Moisty Blaze, Top Spin. Hey, Goldie. Goldie's here with the awesome mod work. CM Punk is here. What's up, playa? Dear You, Guns N' Roses, FRM Desip, Triples. Geroid is here. Stone Cold, welcome. Pat Zap, how are you? SP8's here. Imagine, Phil, Don J. Guillermo. Hey, Sterner, welcome in, buddy. Yeah, let's see how good he is. What should, let's see which move should what do I have equipped? Let me look at what I have equipped to him as far as move sets and trainers, and we can just start with that. Sure, why not? Let's start with this. And I have a button for this right there. There we go. All right. Should have graphics up and stuff. TSD, thank you for the raid, sir. Welcome in, raiders. Prince, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Jay Myers, how are you? Hey, Matt Saver. Welcome in, buddy. Dirty Birds is here. I did too, Dirty. Time change got pushed an hour back till now, so. Right on, ZH. Welcome in. Great to have you. Yeah, Evolution, I've been up since 3 a.m. my time, and it's 9 a.m. now, so I've been up for 6 hours. I have played lots and lots of matches with him already, so. Right on, Darren. King is very good, isn't he? Hey, great. Welcome in. So, a bunch of silence gems, a lot of damage. You guys can see the trainers on the right there, as well as the strap. Yeah, let's go, Sensei. Bunch more silence gems, along with another 220k. And then a finisher that botches basically the entire board. And hits for just shy of 1 million, unless we crit. So good luck to kicking out. Obviously, the 2 words I have equipped is not beneficial for this moveset. What do his gears do? Let me show you. They make the silence and botch gems a lot more. If you want to be turn 1, and also you would have to have Damien leveled up. I mean, I would rather win turn 1 than turn 2 personally. But that's just me. With that many botches. So there's the gear bonuses. The first gear you get will add 24 botch gems to moves that create botch gems. The second gear you get will add 18 silence gems to move that create silence gems. You absolutely don't need gears for him to be effective. You will see 2 previews from me, one with gears, one without. You will see lots of wins even without gears, and lots of turn 1s. Yeah, that's not what I said at all, but yes. The gears definitely help, for sure. They don't hurt. They don't hurt at all. He's very, very good. Yeah, he's definitely a faster, better Mark Henry. Ooh, that board shuffle's rough. I would absolutely run him double armor as well. I have Fury equipped because I have a good metal for it. I would absolutely run him double armor. Okay, so that's just one moveset among many. Let's take a look at this one right here. So we're only going to switch out one move. We're going to bring the headbutt in. Hey, little bug, welcome in. So headbutt's 1 MP. Deal 51k damage plus 17,000 bonus damage for every silence gem. This moveset does not recycle. I don't like going by tiers. There, Dare Witten. He is extremely good, especially in comparison to other Hall of Famers. Extremely good. But you'll get a chance to see it and decide for yourself if you think he is or not. Not too much yet, Father of Dragons, other than some big turn 1 finishers. So 2 MP trainers on this as well. Absolutely is turn 1, 2. So no idea, Dizzy. No idea. So you throw your silence out, then you hit this one. 31 silence gems, you're going to do about 600k. A lot more if you have Hulk, Zombie Hulk, but I do not. And then you're botching 31 gems. Again, double armor is the way to go. No recycle. So I would say double armor and cheap shot, or double armor and head games for this moveset. I'm doing well, Truth. Thank you for saying that. Welcome in. It's great to have you here. Yeah, if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, there's the link to my channel. I stream 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 3 p.m. Pacific to 5 p.m. Pacific. Saturday is flexible. And once in a while, you get a bonus Sunday stream as well. So, but I stream 6 days a week, champions. Yeah, Patrick, he absolutely would be able to hit above his weight, for sure. Hey, Godflow, welcome in. How are you this morning? Jam, I would say you're just slightly late. Not very late, just slightly. This is with Gears Evolution. After this, I will have a preview up without Gears as well as with Gears. All right. Let's go to another moveset. Hey, Jacob, welcome in. Let's do That's kind of the one we did. We'll just go with this moveset. So we'll use the other finisher now. If you use Priest, most of the time you're not going to be turn 1, so he'll hit harder, but you will be a turn slower. So Priest, well, he will hit harder and look prettier, is going to be a turn slower in pretty much every scenario, so I would much rather win a turn sooner. Hey Angelo, how are you? And yes, his coach is beastly. Yeah, Ivar's having a bad day. So the sub, Bear Hug, 8 MP submission. Choose 11 gems to make into red. And do 35k damage for 6 turns. Very good sub. Hey RJ, how are you? It's also a great coach for Mutant Cena. And the other finisher, also a 10 MP finisher. Deal 212k damage and choose 8 gems to make into purple. So you you hit the finisher, fill up the sub, recycle the reds. What's up, Steven? He knows Goldie. I haven't used Priest on a single build so far. Hey Mohit, how are you? So the nice thing with 2 words on this one is you can add a lot of finisher damage, potentially. It's a bunch of extra board destruction. No cascade there. 845k, and then the sub is loaded. Hey, Portland Frank, how are you? Welcome in, sir. Hey, Mick, how are you? Of course, the nice thing with this moveset that I'm showing you here is the gear isn't really doing anything, right? It's turn 1 with or without the gear. It's not adding any extra damage to the finisher or anything like that. So this is what he would play like with or without the gear for this particular build set. It does nothing for this one. Yeah, it's great to have a good Yoko. Bonsai indeed. So there's a 1.3 million finisher with the choose. Ivar, of course, no sold it, but 1.3 with the choose. Not bad at all. And then you just sub-a-dub-dub, which also does a lot of damage. Hey Son, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Yep, you could use the super sub build in feuds. I have one of those on here as well. You're gonna do, I think max. If you have Papa Maivia leveled up, I want to say you'd be doing about 850,000 damage before perks. If you have Papa Maivia leveled up. Hey, HBK Devil Dog. That guy's in my faction. How are you, by the way, Hoodie? He'll be fine against someone with the reversal, just like he'll be fine against most cards. But that's what he's got the sub for. He can recycle with this moveset. Someone with the reversal, you're going to want to make sure you can recycle. No, I think I'm on like number 3. HBK? I think I'm on like number 3. That's assuming the stairs stay with the kick out. But as you can see, this is not the botch build. And this one doesn't require the gears either. And with the sub, you can also use the all heart plate, which you don't see pictured in this build, but you will see in this one, which increases your purple gem damage by 100%. So we are on this one. I really do like 2 words for you on this build, though. It's nice on the finisher. Catches a lot more gems for you. Another 1 mil finisher. Yeah, Mr. Fuji would be awesome, Black. Okay, let's run something very, very different now. The Blast moveset for him. This one definitely helps with the gear. Hey Elijah, how are you? Hey Poncho, what's up? I am a big fan of Embrace the Vision Seth, with or without gear. I think he's one of the better strikers around. Okay, trash. Not too much, Elijah. Just working on showing off Yoko today. Hey Zandel, welcome in. How are you? Andre plate on this build would be silly. You don't see it in the graphic because there's so few actually in the game, but it would be great for this moveset. Yoko's amazing. Tons of different builds for him, options for trainers. So very flexible, which I like. I think Yoko's definitely one of the best Hall of Fames in the game. I think that's pretty clear at this point. Hey, Fat Jord, how are you? I'm doing well. Actually, I'm pretty tired. I didn't sleep too well. I've been up since 3 a.m. my time, so... Oh yeah, he's better than Godfather for sure. Nah, you think so, right, Sammy? Because it's 50% on blast gems. Could maybe do him instead of Ray, but because Ray gives you one more blast gem. Hogan at 2.2k on all of the gems is definitely going to be more than 50% on the blast, and I think, I'm pretty sure. And I really like 2 words for you on this build set. The thing I don't like about this one is it's turn 2. If you had the plate Evolution was talking about, the Heroic Titan Crest plate, then you could be turn 1, use 2 MP trainers, drop JBL. But if you get a red match, you can double up on some silence gems. Yeah, I would say Zandel. He's really, really strong. I still think I would use Hogan at 1100 2 live. Because that's a lot of gems that you're buffing. You'd have to test it and try, but I still think I would. Hey, Hefe, welcome in, sir. How are you? Okay, so I could hit the silence move again, but I really don't want to cover my cross breaks. So I'm not going to. Because these cross breaks really add to the board destruction. Yes, Poopy Pants, definitely. And we got, I think, the whole board except for 1 gem. To me, this build set, not as impressive as the other ones, but it's still certainly viable. Hey, Sap Daddy, welcome in. And this one, I would definitely run Double Fury. Sean R., how are you, man? Thanks for stopping in before work. It's great to see you. Regular in my stream. It's a good guy. If you guys aren't, there's my link. You can follow me on Twitch. I'm on there 6 days a week. Yeah, the silence gems are handy. Zaz, thank you so much. From France? Right on, welcome in. Again, wanting to keep the X breaks on the board, I am not going to overwrite them. Hey, Piper, how are you? Do not enter. There are no giveaways. I am not the giveaway streamer. Definitely no giveaways. I don't really know what you mean by powerhouse rankings necessarily, Phil. He's super good. But I don't know what you mean when you say powerhouse rankings. You'll be waiting a long time, Sensei. Hey, biker from Germany, welcome in. No, Zando, they definitely help, but you missed, earlier. I was running a build that the gears do nothing for. And since people want me to, I can throw Sammy on instead of Ray. That's a very specific question, Phil. Very specific question. To be honest, I'm not sure I have an answer because my powerhouses I constantly flip-flop on myself. And it really depends on the situation. This is how I answer most of these questions. In general, you can't really answer who's better. Because it depends on the situation, depends on your trainers. Do you have straps? Do you have medals? What skill plates do you have? There is so much more that goes into which card is better for a particular person than just that. So typically those questions don't work too well for me. Because to say someone is outright better most of the time, you probably can't, because, for example, if I'm using the MP trainers required in feud on someone else that's important to my roster, that's a big deal, right? You can't run more cards than you have MP trainers for. So there's a lot that goes into that. It's basically roster. Sure, you can. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion. For sure, Phil. And in cases like that where I think there's a huge difference, it's easy for me to say Zombie Brian is better than Mark Henry. Because, I mean, almost, you know, Henry can get some cheap wins. But yeah, Zombie Brian is in that case, it's clearly a big gap, right? Between the cards. Most of the new cards now, there's not that much of a gap, and it really depends on playstyle preferences, things like that. Oh no, that I'm happy to answer, Dizzy. The most fun I've ever had playing a card was Zombie Mankind, and I don't have him on my roster. Yeah, Yoko's very good. So for people that want to see the super sub build, we can do that. Oops, wrong button though. Morning, Big Robert. So really, guys, a lot of it, I think, often, people get stuck in this rut or this thought or idea that somebody has to be top tier to be really good, or quote unquote top tier, when really that's often determined by a few people. And it's not always accurate. So I'm starting to think beyond just tier lists and how it fits into your roster, and taking a holistic approach, I think is much more effective, personally. Are you going to have long-term value? Are they a good trainer, coach, things like that? So for people that wanted to see a super sub build, we got this one for you. Exactly, evolution, line bonuses can change and things like that. I do something called Stock Watch, which I think is vastly different than a tier list. That's what I do, where I rate people based on what I feel is their long-term value in the game. And what's a tier list? When you talk about tier list, are you talking about feud or showdown or stipulation tours? All of it combined? Because a lot of feuders are terrible at showdown, and a lot of showdown guys aren't good at feud, and a lot of stip players aren't good at either. So what do you mean even when you say a tier list? Indeed, 2 Live, I am ready. I'm doing stock watches very soon again. Yep. If I pulled him, would he go to the moon? Yokozuna? Probably. I don't know. So my answer to any Hall of Fame level up questions would be that I would wait till the end of the month to see who I'll get on my roster and what the new ones are. No, Xandil, Stevie was super fun for me because I thought Stevie was going to be really underrated because of his finisher is so good. And I generally like underdogs or cards that people don't think are going to be as good as I think they are at the start. So Stevie was really fun for me for that reason. Stevie has what I consider to be probably the best finisher in the game. When you hit it, good luck getting out of it. Now, Yokozuna is very similar to that. Feud is damage and speed. Showdown is being able to turn 1 without having MP, usually, or low charge moves, so... Where am I? I'm trying to talk and do 2 things at once here. Yeah, you definitely don't kick out of Stevie. He's super good. So I have 7 different movesets that I came up with him for my preview. They're all pretty different, different trainer combinations and stuff. There you are. Yes, I do enjoy Yoko. Absolutely. I think Yoko is a very strong card. I think Yoko is a great powerhouse. You know, fits in really well. And doesn't play necessarily like a lot of other Hall of Famers. So I think that part is great. How does the silver gear look, though? I mean, we can do that. His silver gear looks silver. All right, so super sub build. You could do this a few different ways, right? You could start with double red on the finisher and start with the finisher, which fills the sub. If you didn't use Zombie Brock, you could go double purple and start with the sub turn 1 in feud. It's really up to preference. But for this, we're going to be turn 2. Dizzy up. It's a little matter of the price tag. It would have roughly $700 to get 5-star bronze Santa Hogan. So it would have nothing to do with anything other than the price to get him there. Little too steep for me at that time. Little too steep for me at that time. As far as how hard they can hit, Santa Hogan probably at 5-star gold will hit harder than anyone else in the game. would be my guess based on his scaling and the way it goes. Yeah, I figure by my math, if you did everything right, you could probably have got him to 5-star bronze for 700. Oh yeah, I think so, Portland Frank. I think you could see 10 million hits on turn 1 with just clicking a couple buttons at 5-star gold, because he's a whole tier above, and he gets bonus damage and stuff. He's a whole tier above where he plays. So at 5-star gold, it's going to be nutty. It's impossible really to tell, because we don't have anyone like that. And no one got him at 5-star gold except maybe Ed has him there now. I would assume he does. But I think 10 million on a couple clicks is going to be doable with that card. But it's impossible to say for sure. I have to get him first, Howie, and probably not. No, most likely I'd take my time with it. Hall of Fame is very difficult. So you don't want to make a mistake there. Or at least I don't. Oh, let's do... This is going to go here and wipe that one out. Let's put it here. And... let's do... that will go there, that's fine. Do that. Who's that, Angelo? Santa Hogan? I mean, he's one of them. But I wouldn't necessarily rate him that way, because getting him there is very limited, right? So, yes, I mean, at 5-star bronze, he's going to be 5-star gold most of the time. You just lack a little bit of health pool. At 5-star silver, he's basically like a 5-star gold. So, the choose sub is fun. It's a cool mechanic. Really cool mechanic. I'm a big fan of them as well. So I'm with you guys there. Usually, the finisher will be enough to keep people down after the sub. We'll see. Yeah, Dizzy, for sure. Right on, Imagine. I'll see you at the news, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. So the sub build's pretty effective, too. I mean, pretty much everything you're going to run with him is very effective. It just depends what you want to run. If you like subs, maybe what trainers you have open. Let's see. What else? So, if you guys want to see... let's do... oh... this is another version similar to what we started with, but instead of move damage, it's all gem damage. And this one won't recycle either very well, so it's a little bit sketchy because it won't recycle, but it loads pretty easy, and you can see how hard you can hit. Later, great. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Yoko's really good. Brock definitely has the strongest sub in the game. No, I have 2 words for you on right now. I would like cheap shot on most of his builds. No surprise there, right? Right on 2 Live. It's interesting. Today is good because, like I said, I woke up early at 3 a.m. Actually had him on my roster to be able to get him recruited and start practicing, which is big for me because I like being prepared before my previews, as you can see by the graphics and, you know, all the different builds and stuff. So I was a little bit nervous how that was going to work out, so it's nice to be able to have those. Hey, Bob, welcome in, buddy. Murdoch Magoo, happy Friday morning. Later, Sean, good luck at work. Right, Evolution? It is a surprise. Bunch of people coming in now. Yeah, Foley, for sure. Those would be great additions to the plate picker. Hopefully they end up in there eventually. Throw head games in there too. I've only ever got one head games. He's super good too, Bob. Super good. This is another build set that the gear does nothing for. You don't need the gear for this. And you could use, what is it? What the Rock is Cooking to get a little bit of recycle along with that in the choose. You could do that. I think that's purple to red if I'm not mistaken. Time once again is purple to yellow, so you could also use that. And the 2 words for you choosing into the brakes also potentially can help you recycle. You could use general's orders as well, absolutely. Yeah, Bob, I think so. I mean, like, he's certainly one of the best, I think. I mean, when you're talking even without his gear, what, I just hit 1.1 million there. Pretty solid. One of the better Hall of Famers, absolutely. Really useful card. Tons of different builds, so you're going to be able to take advantage of different line bonuses and things like that. If you get the gear, even better, right? Hey, Dark Avatar. Welcome in, or sorry, Dark Vitar? Not Dark Avatar, Dark Vitar. We'll run that one again. To me, often the versatility counts for more. The more I play, the more I find out, like, being able to do different things than I already have is a huge plus. Gives you a better chance of filling the line bonus, actually making it useful, and things like that. Being able to use different MP trainers is huge because you never know where you're going to be at when it comes to that. No 2 words this time, so have to kind of get creative. We can easily get a red 3 match right here. And let's drop this one here, so we get another match there. So if we don't win, we at least recycled ourselves anyway. Right on, Howie. Have a good day, man. I think it looks pretty good, Celis. Yeah, for sure, Hoodie. Like, that's absolutely the case. Dusty, that's part of why I like Dusty so much. He can do a lot of different things. Why I like Stunning Steve. Stunning Steve can hit super hard. Zombie Mankind. There's a bunch of those kind of guys, right? I do have a 5-star gold Bobby. So gears don't benefit this moveset at all, Celis. That I'm running right here. Gears do not help it at all. Oh, I'm super excited for the coach ability. It's really good. I already have a video ready for that, Trish, as soon as I'm done here. So when I'm done, I will post the video with Yoko being on Bobby. Definitely makes a big difference. And I have good coaches for Bobby. Like I said, I was up at 3 a.m. I got a bunch of stuff ready for that. So it definitely makes a difference, Bob. So I left Strowman on and took off Santa Hogan. Yeah, Yoko would be great on Showboat Austin. Adam Cole. Reinforced gems do 100% more damage at 18k. I'm actually pretty hype on the coach, to be honest. Mutant Cena, obviously really good on Mutant Cena. Yeah. And you know there's lots of reinforced style guys, so... absolutely, Lawler and Trish Hall of Fame. 100%. Yeah, King of Kings, it's gonna help him for sure. That helps a lot of people. Bob, and some of you that came in later, I think my favorite set, without taking advantage of the skill plate, is probably this one. I don't think you guys saw this one, did you? This is probably my favorite set, I would say, if you don't get the gears. Because it's got a bailout recycle built in. And you can run it very, very well without rare trainers. So I would say this is probably my favorite. What am I going here? Move charge. Okay. Another hoodie you mentioned earlier, people stuck on their meta stuff. Another stigma is also using 2 MP trainers. They're not good if you have to use 2 MP trainers. This you can do, I want to say 3-star. I think this is available at 3-star. 4-star at the latest, but 3-star for sure. Hey, Animal Vader, welcome in. And I actually, NWO plate would work second time around. You could also, again, on this build, use all heart plate for a second time around. The 2 words for you is great on the initial run. I'm pretty sure you're joking, Trish. Yeah, they did a great, honestly, I feel like a great job with this character. Because there's so many different ways you can run him in combinations. Yeah, a good strap makes up for trainers and coaches, absolutely. Oh, let's just connect some dots. And go here and here. And there. Why not? No, EJ Drew, I'm not running 2 plates. That's just a graphic that I make for my previews to show plate options. Sometimes I'll even stick 3 on there. Like Let me switch this real quick and find where my all heart is, because it's great for this moveset too. Where'd you go? I know you're on one of the builds. Super sub. There it is. Copy. And we're on this one. Let me equip 3 for you now. It's magic. Just a thing I do for my previews to give people idea of different plates you could use. Definitely don't have 3 equipped. I wish. There you go. You could Xandal. Like, you're playing on if you don't win the first time. Yeah, no problem, EJ. If you haven't seen my previews before, or very often, that's definitely gets asked a lot. How are you using 2 plates? I'm not. It's just a pretty picture that I make to distract. So often, I get asked, what's the best way to run a superstar? What's the best plate to use? You could probably imagine those questions get fairly time-consuming. So in an effort to have to answer the same question multiple times, I do stuff like this in my preview so I can just say, hey, watch the video. It'll help you out. TSD, without the gear, the moveset you're seeing right now is my favorite, I would say. Oh, thank you, Cher. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Cher? Cher? NWO plate would be great. Actually, I do have the okay to show him as a coach, so you guys will get your wish. I do have 5-star gold Lashley, and I'll show you the comparison. So this is with, we'll do a few with Santa Hogan, and then I'll take Santa Hogan off and do a few with Lashley. So you guys, or with Lashley, with Hall of Fame Yoko, so that you have an idea of the difference. Make sense? How much harder he hits? We'll do that. And I will probably, do I still have this left? I don't know. I might even have the thing for this. Nope, I don't think I do. Okay. Oh well. No pretty graphic for this. This is the way I've been running Lashley since day one. I love this build set for Lashley. It's super cheap to load. I think so, Alexander. But again, it also depends on what you have. No, that Junkyard Dog is going to do less damage because I have Shane at 9k, I think. I can double check that. I'll double check when we go. So when you throw this, you want to try and put, so you can get a couple extra yellows. 2 isn't very good, but it's better than 0 extra yellows. Is Yoko better than a ham sandwich? That depends. How hungry am I, Donjay? Now you're speaking my language, HBK. So, typically, Lashley with this will hit around 1.4 million for me. This is a really big cascade, really big. So he hit for 172. That's not normal. That was a super big cascade. Usually this build set was hitting for around 1.4 to 1.5 million. That was a big boy. So keep that one in mind. So we'll do a couple more because that was definitely an anomaly. That was a lot of cascading. Obviously, the more you cascade, the better Hogan is, because he is all the gems. Yeah, Ivar is my new, he's my new Vader. He's the Cascade King. So, the thing that's the deal breaker for me is he uses red MP, and he only needs one MP trainer. That's what I like. That's definitely what I like about this moveset. The low charge and the fact that he's using a red, which I have plenty to go around, as opposed to potentially yellow, which I have none to go around. There's plenty of good turn 2s to build around. Do you have... How hard did I hit that time? I wasn't paying attention because I was reading chat. Do you, for as far as Sika or Stevie Ray, do you have dual black MP trainers for Stevie Ray? 1-3, 1-4. Okay, yeah, typically he's right around 1-4. So I'll do one more, and then I'll put Yoko on. We should average about 1.65 or so with Yoko. Get 4 extra yellows here. So if you have Bray and like MDM Ted, then you can be turn 1 with Stevie and hit his finisher turn 1 in feud. Really, really like Stevie that way. Of note, it would also benefit you greatly to have double armor with a red move percentage medal to get the most out of Stevie. Does he necessarily need that? No. The benefit to Sika is he doesn't need MP trainers. But then when you ask about Sika, okay, 1-3, 1-5 there. When you ask about Sika, do you have JBL? And things would come into question. Do you have Rusev? You know, bells and whistles kind of thing. Okay, see, that's an interesting question. So, Sika, you're probably going to win turn 2 most of the time, some turn 1s. Stevie, you're going to be winning turn 2 as well, because you're not going to be turn 1 without a line bonus. So, I happen to think without the super expensive plate, that Stevie in a bottle or in a vacuum is better than Sika, not counting that one particular plate. But that's not the case, right? Like, because there's a lot of other circumstances and factors that go into it. So in your case, Sika might possibly be the better play for now, if that makes sense. And we are switching to gem damage, reinforced gems. So the difference on the reinforced to not reinforce, I believe, is he's doing 29k on the reinforced gems. Shane is definitely better at gold 2 live. That's another bonus for Sika too. Tons of shards for him. Ah, you have a gem reduction strap? Okay. You're gonna... When you hit the finisher with Stevie, you're basically gonna win. It's kind of like an I win button. One, two, three. Yeah, that'll work. So 20k versus 29.8. Over Santa Hogan, I think I was averaging about 150 to 200k gain. Typically, usually I was hitting 1.6 to 1.65. So about 100 to 200k difference most of the time when I was testing it earlier. Over Santa Hogan. And of course, if you don't have like brawn, then it's a huge huge gain for you. If you don't have bronze, so then you'd be using Santa Hogan and this, then it would be a very big gain. Yeah, I guess that'll work. So a lot of the IOWs, so Kane is solid. He's great for Kane requirements. He's actually a lot of fun to play. But the big benefit is in making your life easier with most of the IOW cards. Essentially, you're with a 50% war score bonus, you have to feud much less to get the same score. Which is, if you're interested in maxing events, like war score events and having a bunch of free time, it's pretty amazing. So that was a really bad board. No cascade, not much difference between them. And you got to keep in mind when you're trying to rate it, you're trying to keep track of cascades versus not cascades, how many extra yellows you picked up, things like that. Did you break loot boxes? Were reds in the middle like they were on that one, so you get less yellows? Hey, Bandolier. But Kane has several pretty fun builds. And I think, depending on your roster, certainly can be useful if you have a strap for him. But certainly the real highlight... I'd rather go in the middle, but the real highlight with Kane... No, I don't want to do that because of the reds. So I guess we'll do it this way. Is the war score bonus. Zozaz. I always like to wait until the portal is up to see what's going to be on the portal. Again, no cascade there, so not a good representation so far. But it is what it is. It looks to be like a lot of shards available, so it definitely looks more in the lines of like a Stunning Steve, potentially an almost level 1, as opposed to like a Big E situation. I don't know if it'll be as easy, let's say, as Riddle was, or as cheaply, but yes, 1,350 shards look to be available, assuming you have most of the required guys and you can showdown and that sort of thing. So the recruit point doesn't really matter as far as how easy they are or not. It's how many shards are out in the event versus what ends up being in stamps and in refreshing the flash market. So almost, if you did everything perfectly, I think you could get him guaranteed for right around 150. Stunning Steve, I think that was more like 50, 70 bucks, something like that. Riddle, I think it was like, what did we decide, 15 or something for Riddle? So I think it'll be somewhere in that range, but don't quote me for sure. Just looking at the event ahead of time, it would be my guess it would be somewhere between that 50 and 150 range, but there's still way too much unknown to say that for sure. But it definitely looks like a very good event to me. Hey, Iron Sheik, welcome in. How are you? Roman Senior, how are you? Welcome in. I kind of just want to get a couple decent cascades here to show, because we were getting cascades on the other one, but it's not doing a lot for me. No cascades there either. So, You are due, Flo. We'll try one more. Oh, he kicked out. Good. Doing us a solid. Thank you, Ivar. Right on, Shiki. Doing really well, Roman. Doing really well. Right. They won't evolution because Hogan benefits all of them. But when you don't get any cascade and you don't line up the extra yellows and stuff, it definitely makes a difference. Because even if you catch 5 yellows on the sides, that's like another 100,000 damage. Dark Vitar, that question. So you'll probably see people that are happy to answer that question just like yes, no, maybe, you know, quickly. I don't like doing that. Because I don't know your roster, right? So really that question depends completely on your roster. And I have no way of knowing that. So I could technically be giving what I think is good advice, and it turns out it's really bad advice. Yeah. Acro Doink is definitely would be the way I would go over that, yes. Yeah, it does help. It's gonna free up other stuff. It's certainly no worse than Hogan. You looks like to me when I was running it most of the time and comparing some cooperation with the board, it was about 100k more like this. It'd be interesting to see Hogan versus, say, Strowman in this situation too. Santa Hogan, like put him in instead of Strowman. Technically, you'd think Strowman is going to be better because of all the yellows by a good chunk. But that would be interesting to try. Last one, and then I want to go back to playing the Why We're Here. Playing the Yoko one. Dizzy, not on this stream, but yes, anytime you want to come by my stream, I play Tech Dragon a lot. This one is supposed to be about Yoko. The only reason I'm playing Lashley is to show his training ability. No, I haven't bothered because my Hall of Fame Lawler is 3-star bronze. But obviously, double, it's going to be really good there. Really good there, because you're getting that extra reinforced damage on all the reinforced gems. Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do my faction blitzes and all that stuff. All right. Otherwise, you can hit me up in my Discord too, Dizzy. I mean, I won't run it, but I can show you what I run. I guess that won't. It's just 2 seconds. Although, don't get in the habit of this being the normal. So I run the finisher. I run blue, green, green finisher. 2 blue MP trainers. This is just to be annoying with him, but yeah, I use Soccer Mom AJ and Lawler, and that's the setup I run. Countdowns, etc. The key to that is you're going to want to have this plate, Honky Tonk Man Blues plate. So that's the speed version. But if you stop by my stream, I will play him for you. Hey, Crimson, welcome in. How are you? Kev, welcome. How are you? Okay. Let's go back to... I think we have some new people in, so I'll run this one again, and then I'll go back to the ones where the gears make a big difference. So this one, gear doesn't really make a difference at all. So it's probably my favorite build set for him. Hey, Mid Carter, how are you? Welcome in. Nah, I didn't have a McRib. I made a ham sandwich. Retro, I'm one of those weird people that actually usually likes blitzing. In particular, when there's events that require grinding blitz, those have always been very good to me. Furpo, if you're listening, can we get some resource blitzes or some grind blitz events? I would love one. Oh, thanks, Derek. I appreciate that. Godflow, you aren't either. What am I choosing? I'm choosing purples. So much to keep track of. Let's do that. And let's do that. See what happens. Hey, Mac, how are you? I'm doing well. Welcome in. What's good? I like Yoko. Although I don't like Ivar no-selling with a 60 gem cascade, but he's the new Vader, I'm telling you guys. Ivar's the new Vader. Right, Celis? Imagine. Although, if we don't have the kick-out perks on the steps, I think I will probably enjoy this feud a lot. So hopefully we don't have them. Hint, hint, if anyone's listening that can do anything about it, hint, hint, hint. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Well, let's just make a big cluster. So, in truth, do you know why I've decided to pick on Ivar so much? There's a couple reasons. One, he's really easy for me to find since he's the first guy on the last tour. Two, not only is he the first guy on the last tour, but he's an open node, so I can use anyone on it. And three, I am always in need of red TP. So it's kind of a win all around. Every time I do a video on Ivar, I'm farming TP at the same time. Hey, Albert, welcome in. But I probably like this one the most just because it's got the backup of the sub in case they don't stay down on the finisher. And you don't need the gear for it. And it hits pretty solidly, especially if you get the 2 words to go off. So let's go to now the finisher where the gear makes a huge deal. And pretty much is going to make him almost impossible to kick out of. I might have froze, so I did freeze. So 1 second while we reload the game. This is where I would cue elevator music and people would throw their cable crash emotes. If we were in my stream, I would throw this what emote. Oh, there's people that are usually in my stream coming in clutch. Get this reloaded for you guys. Here we go, and We're here. It's gonna make me reload the like this. There we go. There's all the emotes. Welcome in, Krusty. Welcome in. It wouldn't indeed, dirty birds. Okay. Bonsai. We're gonna switch to the other finisher. And now the gear makes a big difference. This move does no good with that. So usually Silence Gem is probably, if I had the gear, this is probably the safest way to run it, assuming you're not playing for them kicking out. If you're worried about them kicking out, you could just put the other finisher in and run double finisher in case they manage to kick out of this crazy botch nonsense, but I can't imagine they will. And then, of course, you would remove these trainers, and if you guys want to see what he looks like going full defensive ham, or offensive ham, I can throw Gooker on. And Snoop. Okay. You always get the guys that you don't have TP for, right? Always. This is where the gear comes in super handy, because now we're making 31 silence gems instead of, what was it, 14 or something like that. And then this hits for right around 600k. So the 55k and then the 557. And then we're going to make all of this go to botches because of the other gear. And hit for 820k while we're at it. I just really like how many different things you can do with them. So for my actual preview, like not the live version, I run 7 different builds, switch out all of the trainers in between them, and it's a 24-minute preview running 7 builds, including me talking at the start intro before I even start playing. That's pretty good. I do a lot of previews, and to get through 7 movesets in 24 minutes is pretty good. He's going to be really good on Mutant Cena. I wish I had Mutant Cena at like 5-star gold. I'm just curious how good he would be on him then. Like how big a difference it would make. He'll definitely be good on him. Yeah, Herschel. Definitely a faster, more powerful Mark Henry Big Show for sure. Nope, there's no guaranteed place to win TP every match. It's luck of the draw. No, so Celis, I think my personal opinion on Dusty is he is going to be and already is grossly underrated, and people are going to miss the boat on him. I think with no gears, he's very good. With 1 gear, he's super good. And with 2 gears, he has the potential to be completely unreal. Set up properly. But he's going to be really underrated. Plus, he's going to be one of the best red stip guys, not named Motu Austin, which is huge for red stipulation. I think Dusty's great. Fantastic chase, and I'm all about him. And I think 4 to 6 months from now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, Dusty's way better than I thought. I wish I had him on my roster. Lawler's definitely not better than Dusty. It's not close. The thing with Lawler, right now he's got a massive boost to reinforce and purple gem damage from the monthly. Lawler is very, very good. An excellent free card. Like, no complaints. He's one that I think could even, you know, would fit into being a paid card. He's that good, for sure. But I don't think he is better than Dusty. Nice, Kev. That's awesome. Really awesome. One of the two. He's going to hit really hard. You know, he's still going to hit in the millions on turn 2 with that build set. I actually like the 4 MP build set better for him because it's so low charge. Lawler versus Piper. At 5-star gold, I think Lawler's better. At 5-star bronze and silver, I think Piper's better for getting stuff done. Like tours and that sort of thing. Dizzy, I would highly recommend checking out my preview on Dusty. I have no idea what the one you watched was like, but generally I would tell people to watch multiple previews to get an idea on a card. I think it's always a mistake to watch just one and assume you know everything about the card. I would get all the data personally, especially on a chase card that you could potentially get. But that's just me. So what else should we run? You can also do... What haven't I done yet? We've done this one. We've done this one. Actually, let's do... let me remove the skill plate. And let's run some of these with the different skill plate. Hey, Roger, welcome in. Like I said, I feel like Dusty's going to be very underrated. The good thing about Dusty is if you get the Shard Recruit, he's already 5-star bronze. I have more 5-star Hall of Fame tokens than 4 personally. But there's always something to, you know, downgrade. Hall of Fame in general, it's difficult to level a bunch of them because the tokens are hard to get. So there's always something you can go after, I guess, when it, for lack of a better term. So interestingly, with this setup, I would go a different route and do double purple MP. Get the sub turn 1. So I'm going to switch everything up. With the all heart plate, because I want to start with the sub to buff the finisher on the choose. And then we're going to switch all out to purple gem damage, and we work off of the benefit of that plate. Yeah, great, J-Man. Everyone also said Sammy wasn't good at the start. And I said Sammy was going to be really undervalued as well and way better than people think. And I think Dusty's going to be just the same. Everyone said, oh, we've had too many tricksters. Who cares about Sammy? So I got a ton of the same sort of things about Sammy. He's not that good. And I already 5-star gold mine. It's fastest I've ever leveled someone. Trickster Honky Tonk Man Defender is very good as a coach, or rather trainer. He's a trainer, if you're talking about him. Yeah, they did, Goldie. Nikki is super good. Hall of Fame? If you've been playing a month, most likely, Defender, he's probably one of your better technicians if you've been playing a month. The downside is the tokens to level him are hard to come by. But probably one of your better techs. He's very solid, to answer your question. Hey, Jack, or Jace, welcome on in. New Age Caveman, welcome in. So now we're going to have some pretty beefy purples because of that all heart plate. So this choose should hit pretty hard. Yeah, so before I did this stream, I've been playing Yoko since 3 a.m. my time, and it's now 10:30 a.m. my time, with maybe a 20-minute break in between. I'm very particular when I'm doing a preview. I want to try and do a very good job, because otherwise people may not have the right idea on a superstar. So I like being prepared. So I'm glad I had as much time as I did before this. Roger, it's not, they're just different, right? Everyone brings something else to the table. I mean, I'm pretty monotone and like not very exciting, just kind of mellow. I probably talk too much for a lot of people. I try and explain why I'm doing things. And really try and sometimes make the card better than they are if possible, because that's what's fun for me. But I think it's important to realize everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and there are some cards that I don't play very well, admittedly. And I don't always get things right either. That's why it's good to watch... oh, board shuffle. Please fix that. That's why it's good to watch multiple creators in case somebody misses something. Yeah, Donjay, I did not love Zombie Rhea at all. I feel like that's probably the worst preview I've done. Southside, I never want to find out. And Zombie Rhea likely is going to go 5-star gold for me ahead of, as crazy as this is, and this will catch me heat, ahead of Motu Becky or Mutant Bailey. And I really can't believe I'm saying that, but, you know. Cable, yeah. Yeah, we did that a little bit earlier, J-Man. Which, let me, what's the reasoning? For what, Xandal? Taking Zombie Rhea up? At 5-star gold, she gets a 4th column of botches. Stacy also wasn't in play at that point, buffing the botch moves. And you can get her turn 1 with the right skill plate. It worked out really well, J-Man. I'll redo it right now for you. I changed plates, so we're going to miss the 2 words on it now. But I can run it for you so you can see it. So Bailey's 5-star silver, Rhea's 5-star bronze, and Becky I just got. Of the 3, Rhea and Becky would be the 2 I would bring up first, but they're all very good. I also really liked her, Great J-Man. Stacy's awesome. I like the double red finisher. Really like Stacy. Super good card. Recycles, hits hard, great in the female game for sure. So the one downside to the blast set, J-Man, is the 8 MP. So it's turn 2. That's the downside. Yeah, that build is really good, Evolution. It's going to hit hard with 4 columns of botches. You can take out all the vertical matches, and you're not probably going to lose, like, at all. Later, miss. Thanks for stopping by. Ooh, some gummies. Right on. Get some Albanese. Let me go to my graphic for this one. Blast Gem build. This is what we're going to run. Yes, I use the leech setup for Sammy. That leech setup at 5-star bronze, I have video out of my Sammy. It's doing like, what was it, like 1.3 million turn 1 with the leech setup at 5-star bronze. Where am I at here? Okay, this is where I'm at. Why did I put you on? It's supposed to be Kofi. Yeah, great, J-Man. I agree completely. Stacy is a big upgrade to Lana, in my opinion. Lana is still useful and still good, but Stacy is just a really, really nice upgrade. And we're blowing up the board, so let's do... You said we were going to do Sammy here. We'll leave Hogan on, because we're blowing up the board. And then... Move charge. Move damage. Gem damage, that's what we want. Just to show how much I love Sammy, in case anyone didn't know. On Talent Up, I took him all the way to 5-star gold, and we just got him. Right there. The greatest intercontinental champion of all time. No, dear you, Acro Bailey can still get it done. She really can. I'm telling you. I love Acro Bailey. She carried my roster forever. All right, let's do this. So you guys notice we've been playing him how many matches, and I still haven't used any health packs? He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Would I bring Acro Bailey to 5-star gold? That would really depend on the rest of my roster. Nikki Ash is super good too. Okay, let's do... So if you didn't know, guys, when you make a 5 match, whichever gem you swipe, so if I swipe this yellow one up, the blue one turns to the wild card. If I swipe the blue one down, the yellow turns to the wild card, just for reference. Not that it's probably going to matter too much. Same result, probably. Because one way it was the blue, the other way it was the black. Yeah, Nikki's really good. If you have it, I like the 20% gem damage strap on her, equipped to her. Right on, defender. Okay, so we can talk. So right here, see the 5 match in the center of the board here? If I grab the blue on the right here and swipe it, the yellow that moves over here becomes the wild card. Well, I learned this from someone else too. I played a long time before I knew this. Someone watching one of my videos commented on it, and I'm like, I did not know that. So I learned it as well. So if I grab the yellow and swipe over, the blue becomes the wild card right here. Does that make sense? There's so many good players that play this game. Yeah, there's so many good players that play this game. There's a ton of stuff to learn. I learn stuff all the time. And most everything that somebody's learned in this game, they learned from someone else. I'll just say that. And once you kind of get a lot of the intricacies down, it's just sort of recycling them in another way. You're basically playing everything the same way, just differently, almost, if that makes sense. Yep. It's worth it to watch everybody's stuff. You can learn from anyone, just about, even if it's what not to do. It is fun, Great J-Man. This build set with the Colossal Titan plate would be pretty nutty. Kev, good trainer or coach. As far as the Bellas are required often, so not a bad one to level up for tours and stuff either, and as well. So because the Bellas are required often. Oh geez, evolution. Yes, right. I would say 10% gem damage FOD. Unless you're wanting to run the finisher a lot. Just watch mine, Jace. I do a lot of wrong stuff. Just watch mine. I'll take care of you. So I don't edit out mistakes. I don't play perfectly. In fact, when you watch my preview videos, I don't do any cuts. It's all live in one take. So I'm not cherry picking matches. That way you guys know I'm not waiting for the perfect match to show you. Literally every one of my matches is shot in a row as the boards I get are, because that's the way the game plays. You're going to make mistakes when you're playing too. That's the way the game plays. In the Dusty preview, I know I made a really big gameplay error, and I called it out and left it in there. Because I just feel like that's accurate. It's going to happen. And I'm certainly not perfect. You do open yourself up to criticism a little bit. Not quite 14, Mac, but yes, I do sometimes overdo it. Goldie's the same way. Goldie will do a crap ton of builds as well. I just don't want to miss something. Davey does too. Thanks, Jace. I think the AS, except for the board shuffle sound. That's funny. I don't think I would have compared myself to ASMR, but I think thank you. This is a bad board. Really bad board. Before I even swiped, I knew I was not going to catch anything. Yeah, so Evolution, I'm huge on sharing information. I've had plenty of people get really upset with me for quote-unquote sharing secrets. No, there's no such thing as secrets in this game. You just play the game, man. If you can't win because someone else knows the same stuff as you, get better, fam. Thank you, Mid Carter. Thank you. It does. So this is the danger here, so we're gonna take some damage this time. Davy's manscaping video was amazing. I've heard that before, Goldie. Exactly, Flo. Exactly. Man, so many people got mad at me about the macho stip thing. Oof, that was rough. I don't even have macho. People got mad at me about it. Yes, you did. Yeah, so in Stip Tours, damage is a scoring method. Macho King hits insanely hard, so you can use him for any Stip Tour and do well with it, on normal and hard in particular. Not as easy on Hell, but you can still do well on Hell. I'm assuming. I don't have him. But the scoring differential for damage is better on the low one. I don't really love any of this either, but we're going to probably only get half the board. Oh no, we got it all. Okay. The Champions Illuminati will find me. It's alright. At this time... Oh... You want to see insta-win on Red Stip, watch Motu Austin sometime. Six columns of reds every single turn. Yeah, Sammy does need a plate. Cesaro plate, the same one Cesaro uses. Time once again. Acro Snoop is super nice. I love Boss Breaker. I loved it in testing. I love the first round. Most fun I've had in the game. I talked to faction mates I didn't know were faction mates. So, I love Boss Breaker. It had so much fun. We stayed up so late. My stream is 3 p.m. Pacific to 5 p.m. Pacific, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. That would be 5 Central, 6 Eastern for 2 hours. All right, let's go back to the sub-a-dub-dub. Oh, right on, Big Love. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Thank you, Retro, for giving out the UK time. I really have no idea. Phil, it's Sting Phil. Welcome in, Sting Phil. It makes Uso a lot better. I wouldn't say best of all time. It definitely makes him a lot better. Oh, let's go do this. Let's do the thing. Let's do this thing with this thing here. Yeah, let's use the plate again. At this point, the moves are all running together. That's what are we looking for? That looks something like that. And this, sure. Yes, the color sub gems are super fun. Great J man. I believe was Cena was the first, right, guys? Tech Cena. And that was very early on in my previewing career, and he was so fun to preview because of that. Except when they're random. Yes, Flo, I agree wholeheartedly. As much as I hate agreeing with Flo on everything, on anything, I do agree with him on that. Yeah, let's do this. Purple. We want purple. So, anyone have any questions? Anything they haven't seen yet on the card they want to see? As we're getting somewhat close-ish towards the end of my time, I can run some other stuff if you guys haven't seen it or missed it at the start or want to see it. In regards to Yoko. You weren't here in the beginning? What are the gears and what do they do? They are silver and gold gear. One of them, the first one, moves that generate botch gems create 24 more. The second one, moves that generate silence gems create 18 more. This moveset that I'm running now, your gear won't make any difference for you. Best set is really subjective to if you have the gears or not, Crazy. If you don't have the gears, some variation of this one is probably the best set without gears. This one I have the all heart plate on, so I'm loading the sub to start and then moving into the finisher, choosing the purples with the gem damage buff. So some version of this, depending on what MP trainers you have available, would probably be what I would say would be my favorite set. Not necessarily best, but my favorite. If that makes sense. As long as we're doing all this stuff, we might as well do it right. Yeah, I actually, because I got up so early and I was playing a bunch. Yeah, EMC, absolutely I can. So the sub, let me make this bigger on this screen. Actually, I can just pull it up right here. So the sub that's equipped is an 8 MP purple. Color submission, choose 11 gems to make into red. And do 35,900 damage for 6 turns. Remaining gems turn into silence. So it's a choose red sub. You're choosing 11, which is a huge amount. Finisher, 10 MP red. This is not the base damage. This is with the metal. Deal 468,000 damage and choose 8 gems to make into purple. And then the silence gem move is 5 MP red. Deal 152k damage and make 31 random gems into silence. I believe it's 14 or 13. Actually, 13 is how many it makes base. The gear's adding 18, but it's not giving us any extra damage here. Voldemort is Striker, new modern era Striker evolution. He who shall not be named, hence Voldemort, hence Captain Rubberbeard, hence Beef Stroganoff, hence Braun Strowman. Yeah, the choose color subs, a lot of people are big fans of those. Those are nice. So then with the all heart plate that I currently have equipped, it buffs this purple gem damage 100%, and you can set up some spiffy cascades and damagey thingamajigs with it. Recycles into each other, both moves. So you just recycle back and forth. Finisher, sub, finisher, sub. Works pretty well when he doesn't no-sell it. He's the beef stroganoff that got tossed out. So yeah, I enjoy this moveset a lot. In different combination, because you can also start with the finisher right out the gate using 2 red MP trainers. And just do it in reverse. So really, the versatility is what I'm talking about. Because for feud, you might be using purple, you might not, you might be using red, you might not. So the fact that you can start either way is great. So we can just literally change out the trainers to double red, and then we follow with the stub to recycle instead of start. Yes, Evolution. The Striker floodgates have opened like the Trickster ones did before them. It's more fun if I don't actually name him. Godflow, don't start with me. Sammy's the best. We have so many good tricksters now. Tricksters and technicians, there's so many. I'm ready for the Acrobat floodgate in Powerhouse now. Yokozuna is going to be the start of the Powerhouse floodgate. You heard it here first. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Yes, I see the 5-match, everyone. I see it. I don't want it. Just so you know, I do see it. It's right here. I'm gonna get it in the choose. So don't worry. We're still gonna get it. Just a different way. There. Like that. Whew, really nice finisher. Yeah, buddy. Will I be taking him up 5k talent? That involves me taking him to 5-star bronze, Godflow, because he's already 4-star bronze. Probably, if I need to. Why not? Yeah, KO Powerhouse would be fun. I honestly thought we were going to get a KO to go with Sammy last month. Was dead wrong about that. Wasn't even close. Was way off. Not even kind of close. Evolution, yes. Really is. There's just so much you can do with the card. I told you you should, Flo. Oh, feedback while you guys are here. Do you guys like the background that I'm using today? Oh, let's do this. It's pretty. Okay, there's one positive. Great J-Man likes it. Okay. Godflow better than nothing. Derek likes it. Dirty Birds doesn't. Sensei says need more Cobra Kai. Nate says it's nice. Right on. Okay. Thanks, guys. I have a background. Yes, not very much, because most of it is set up with stats. It does look familiar, Evolution. It may or may not have been in the Gummy Awards. And I liked it. So I stole it from myself. What metals am I using? Nice. Right there on the side, you can see them. Double Fury. But maybe they're hard to read. I can show you specifically once we're out of here in a second. Can we see Batista and Sting? Sure. Metals. Here you go. Just a tier 12 here. Move damage there. Little bit of purple gem damage here. Little bit of red move damage here. Later, Mac. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you stopping in. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, Sting. You want to see move damage, so Miz is a very good defensive card. Very, very good. I mean, if you want to go full move damage, though, let's just do it this way for you. Ba-doop-ba-doo. Beep. Beep. And while we're at it, let's go back to the other finisher that's higher damage. The Bonsai drop. Bonsai! Largo, yeah, he's very good. Even without gears. I've mostly been running him sets that you don't require the gears for. This one he's definitely better with gear. Normally I'd run a double red MP trainer to start turn 1, but you know, this works too. And it turns all of the silence to botches. Very good. And you know, kick out perks don't matter if they get a 0 on botch gems. Yeah, you too, Doc Holiday, thank you. Very reasonable for how hard they are. There's some hefty move damage 10 MP finishers, really. He's a thick boy. He's a beefy boy. If you want to go turn 2, you could also use Priest instead of if you have Damian Priest for the finishers instead of this fella. Turn 1, because no one's going to kick out of the botch move anyway. So turn 1 for me. Also, if we don't get the red match, we are not turn 1. So there's that as well. So that's generally why I run the 2 MP trainers. And then you have the ability to go same version, but with the yellow move. Which is, let me get back to my screen. Same setup, but you just switch out. So I would actually run it this way instead. The sub's 8 MP. I was starting with that earlier. Sub into the finisher. If you use 2 purple MP trainers, you can do that as well. With the all heart plate equipped, buffs the purple gem damage, so if you get to the finisher the second time around, it hits even harder. A lot you can do with him. A lot. So I prefer running it this way to get to the finisher turn 1 with the extra move damage. If you have Chamois Rock. Nice thing is you can double up on the silence gems and you can make 42 botch gems, which is 7 short of the entire board. So this moveset's pretty cool. If you got the gear and the line bonus, this is the moveset. Or if you have Santa Hogan with the +1 MP, that would work as well. Bonsai. Hey Pete, welcome in. He's really good. So while we're here, if anyone wants to, you're welcome to join my Discord. Just a few simple rules. Big one is don't be a douche. Don't cause drama. No faction chat, like no recruiting, that sort of thing. No religion or politics. You're welcome to join there if you want. That's my Discord. What's your question, Pete? This is 5-star gold Yokozuna. No, I'm not from Ohio. I didn't know that. That's news to me. I'm from Minnesota. I live in Oregon now. Minnesota. 27 years born and raised in Minnesota. And now in Oregon. They do, Jack. Or Jace. I'm still not sure what it's supposed to be. I'm sorry. I think Jack, right? Jack 123. Last time I visited the Mall of America. Oh man. I think we went when I went home to visit my parents with the kids 5 or 6 years ago. I would say it's been a hot minute. Yeah, it is, Derek. So I met Mrs. Mherex online playing Lord of the Rings online. Same video game. She's a gamer. And 14 years we've been together. So that's what moved me out to Oregon, Mrs. Mherex. I was going to stay for a weekend, ended up staying 2.5 weeks, went back to Minnesota for 5 days, fit what I could fit in my car, drove out here, no place to stay, no job, didn't know anyone other than her. 14 years later, best thing I've ever done. Oregon weather is a lot nicer, Great J-Man. Minnesota winters are the worst, and for people that don't know, summers are actually maybe worse than the winters. Right on, Tommy Cass. Yeah, Dirty Birds, I'm an old 41. Very old. Something like that, Goldie. I found out on the drive out here, I got the apartment I looked at, and it took me about a month and a half to get a job when I moved out here. I went in twice a week I was a carpenter by trade way back when. I went in twice a week to one of the local construction companies till they gave me a job. Summer in Minnesota is miserable with the humidity, with all the water and the mosquitoes. Absolutely despise it. It might only be like 90 degrees, but you walk outside and it's like the rainforest. You're drenched in sweat. Do not like Minnesota summers and the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are nutty. Oh, right on, EMC. That's awesome. Yeah, it might only be 90 degrees, but with the humidity, the heat index is well into the hundreds, and it's a really gross heat. You know, you're sticky, sweaty, yucky. Not fun. Yeah. That's hilarious, EMC. Hoodie, nah, Florida is really humid too, so I'm gonna pass on that trade. Right on, Soupster. Yeah, so until what have I been doing? YouTube like a year now, guys? I think YouTube a year-ish? Year and a half at this point. Year and a half. I'd never edited a video, anything like that. I have no background in this kind of thing. Until I watched DJ on Twitch. I'd never even been on Twitch. So I've been streaming on Twitch like probably 6 months now. I'm new to all of this kind of stuff. I'm an old dog that's trying to learn new tricks. Interestingly enough, for someone who streams in front of a bunch of people, I'm a huge introvert too, so kind of strange, right? Yeah, Dirty Birds, you would know about him, although Minnesota, man. Hall of Fame Yoko's really good, Pete. Everybody can be beaten, but he is very good. Especially on offense. Yeah, Scott, but only really on Twitch, like 4 months, right? Like where I actually stream more than 1 day a week, because I was terrified to do it. Oh, Evolution, no thank you. I am so sick of snow. Easily Davey D. The other content creator, Davey D. I told this story a few times now, but it's a good story and worth telling again. I had messaged him, I think about... So, as someone who does builds for cards, often it's really annoying when you get messaged, hey, did you try this? Did you think about trying this or that sort of thing? And I messaged Davey with like, hey, that card was really cool. Did you think about ever trying this? I was wondering what it would look like, blah, blah, blah. And he was nice enough to say, oh, that's a really good idea. He probably was annoyed by it. I usually am. So he doesn't need either. I have both gears equipped. This moveset, Gears Benefit. EMC, I was running a moveset earlier a bunch that gears don't help. So he doesn't need the gears to have a really good moveset, but he does have movesets that are definitely way better with the gears. So there's that. Yeah, and he was really nice. And we were talking, and I'm a nerd about the game, so I was talking about other characters and builds, and he's like, huh, I think I know a good chat group for you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got some buddies that are kind of like you and nerd out about the game. So he got me in that chat group. Yeah, Davey's the guy with the mask, uh-huh. He got me in that chat group, and he was in there, and after a while, we were, just talking to him, we became friends, and I was like, I always wanted to do... just the joy of getting to see a new character, Larry. Of all the content creators, I am not the one you want to watch for giveaways. You'll want to... Other ones will do them. I don't. It's distracting for me. It's hard enough for me to do the gameplay without it. Yeah, I agree, Double. So yeah, I told him, like, I always wanted to do what you do in the past other games, but I'm old now, like 40 at that time. I don't have any video editing skills or anything like that. I've never recorded a video. Yeah, no, you're fine to ask, Larry. No drops or anything active right now. You send... No, I can't, HBK Devil Dog. If I had it, I'd send it to myself. So as for the non-gear builds, let me switch back to those. He encouraged me to make videos. He's like, well, why don't you? And I'm like, I guess that's a good question. Why don't I? And eventually I started making really crappy videos. So you all can blame Davey D. He absolutely the biggest influence in me doing this. If he wouldn't have said that, I doubt I would have started. So it's all his fault. And I've tried to pay that forward with other people that create content for the game and encourage them. And he retired from content creating right before I became an official content creator, or right about the same time. And then he's back now, so that was super cool. He came back this year. So eventually I want to do some kind of collaboration project with him. Probably on Twitch would be the most likely scenario. So here we're going to run him... this is how I like without the gear, if you have no gears. So the gears are not going to benefit this moveset at all. And this is how I like him, like that. That sounds right, Evolution. Right on, Jace. I don't know what you're talking about, Goldie. Oh, that fool better keep my name out of his mouth, Sensei Kreese. Purnell, welcome in, dude. How are you? Fancy accent boy? We're gonna have to discuss the details of that fight. Nope. No free claim for Hall of Fame Yoko. You'll have to earn him through the Showdown contest this weekend. A lot of shards are going to be available. Oops, I forgot to switch. This moveset works too, so you can still do the botch moveset. The gear definitely helped that. I forgot to switch to the other finisher. My bad. My bad. I need to switch to the other finisher. This is the other finisher is the way I would run him if I didn't have any gears. This one I'm going to swap in. VR boxing. I need to get back into shape. There's also Mrs. Mherex, my better half, in an effort to encourage me to lose weight, says if I can get down to 275, which is 5 pounds lighter than I boxed at, she will be okay with me using a webcam for my daily streams on Twitch and my videos. So that's kind of on the line. I got 45 pounds to lose. Probably take me 4 to 6 months if I stick with it, and it'll get me healthier. And then you guys can see exactly how hard I'm staring at the screen during these previews. Yes, the Lawler being the free card, being super good. You got Dusty being the chase, super good. Eddie given away for free. It's a pretty awesome start to the month. No complaints here. Yeah, Hoodie. So, you know, maybe by midsummer. Ooh, nice Cascade. That's going to hit 1.1 million finisher that the gear doesn't help out. So yeah, this is the moveset I like if you don't get gear and how I would run him. I'm about 20 minutes over, 15 minutes over what I had planned. So he was free last month as well, Celis, yep. Possible if you pull him from a bag. He's a 1600 shard recruit, I believe, and it looks like if you can do and meet most of the requirements for Showdown, you're going to end up about 1,350 shards, which is what, 250 away? So there's that. Should be a fairly easy-ish event compared to a lot of them, but yeah. I would bet if you don't get them from a bag, depending on how the stamps and the ruby market pan out, you're probably looking somewhere between $50 and $150 to guarantee yourself the recruit, assuming you can do most of the other stuff. Otherwise, hopefully you get lucky and pull them from a bag. Even if you don't, if you can get most of the shards, it puts you in a good situation to grab him free the next time they give shards away. So typically that'll happen in anywhere from like 2 to 6 months, typically, with these shard ones where they come around a second time. Overall, compared to a lot of events, I would say this looks to be a good one. So, nice, Dirty. They should. We should get tours in 45 minutes. Yep. So I think I'm going to call that a stream because I woke up at 3 a.m. and I want to take a nap before my 3 p.m. stream on my channel, which you all are welcome to come to. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, please do. The daily news is fun. We just hang out, talk champions, not necessarily just champions, and just do fun stuff. Doesn't really matter what's going on in the game. So yeah, I appreciate y'all coming out today. Hopefully you enjoyed the early preview. And I think all of us will be posting our previews on YouTube now, so feel free to check them out and all that stuff. And yeah, thank Champions for letting us have this platform. So yeah, Evolution for sure. Thank you again, everybody. There we go. There it is. It's working. Hooray! The link is working. So thanks again, everyone. Oh, just you would want to put a support ticket in for that, Pete. So you're going to want to message support on that kind of stuff. Right on, Sensei. Indeed, gummy bears. So thanks again, everybody. Good luck this weekend, and enjoy.